like Cernoch said, he wants to buy high and sell high. I want to buy low and I want to sell it low. I just want it to go.
Is how do you price for offers? Now, when I got this question, I was like, I think there's a couple sides to this. One, how would you price your item if you're going to price the item or best offer? And two, if you're sending out offers, like what's your typical go-to with that? And we'll start again. Let's go bottom to top again. How about Cernoch?
Sure.
Reseller roulette.
Yeah, right. So so how I price for items is I always see, so my motto is always like buy super low, sell high. So there's a lot of room in between where I bought it at and where I want to sell it. So I always list it high and do offer. So something that's like, and it kind of differs because, say it's an item that a lot of people have versus a lot of people they don't have. It just depends. So what I like to do is I like to put it up there higher than most people. Say something's like, selling that $60. Well, I'll list it at mine at 80. Okay. Because to get those offers, or to be like, hey, once they sell theirs, mine will be next in line. So maybe I'll get 80 for mine. So it's always like, I always like to be like, all right, where would I be comfortable taking an offer at, and then take it from there and add on top of it when I do my listing. So
there you go, Leroy.
I do it a little different. The way that I do is I don't usually try not to buy my stuff where, oh, how much is it worth? I buy a bunch of stuff and I research everything and see what the price is trending at. Like Cernoch said, he wants to buy high and sell high. I want to buy low and I want to sell it low. I just want it to go. I'd rather sell 15 things at $10 than try to fight for 6 years on something. Not saying what anybody does is wrong or what I'm doing is right, but that's my motto. Is I like to make sure if it's at $30, I'm going to list it at $25. I'm going to take a $20 offer because I only paid $2 for it. Let it go.
So you and Elsa, y'all frozen. Y'all on the same team. Let it go.
Okay. All right. So mine's going to be a little bit more long-winded. Make sure you guys have your pencils, your notebooks,
pencils ready,
and your calculators. Okay. So listen, this is how I do it. Obviously, I come from the same school of reselling to a certain extent, both Cernoch and Leroy. Like, I'm like very, very stingy. So I try to buy extremely low. Like, that's just how I run my business. And I look for something that I usually try to stay in the range of, like double my money is not really like where I want to be. That's like worst case scenario. Like, I like to live in that 10X range. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how, I look at things. Obviously, that differs depending upon, like, how fast something may sell. So if I know something will sell fast, I don't mind, doing, like, 2, 3, 4, 5 times my money. But so I'm buying extremely low and I'm listing very high. What I do is I generally price around sold comps. But I usually do anywhere between like $5 or $10 higher, just in case to kind of, give myself a little bit of wiggle room. I always run a sale on my store too. So everything I price at, I price it higher than what it normally would be because I'm always on a sale. I run a 20% sale all the time. So I generally price things 20% higher so that when the sale kicks in, it is at the number in which is more closer to the comps. Okay, so then depending on offers, if I've had something for forever, and then I'm very much more likely to take a reasonable offer. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to take something 50% less, than what it's listed for. But like, if I list something and I get an offer like within 24 hours, I'm only going to be in that $5 wiggle range of accepting an offer because I just listed an item. So basically what I do is everything I sell is in a price range. Okay, so the lowest, I mean, I have some really low dollar items but because it just kind of like came with like a bulk buy or something like that. But generally I'm like in the $15 is going to be like my lowest dollar item. So if I have something listed for $15, I'll take an offer maybe of like $11. Okay. If it's a $20 item, let's say $19.99, I'll generally do like $16.99 would be my offer. And I'm sending offers every single day. I send offers. I look at my items that are available to send offers, and I send offers every day. And then so say it's a $30 item, or basically about 20% is like $31.99. So I'll send out an offer of $27.99, anywhere between $24.99 and $27.99. If it's a $50 item, I'll send a $40 offer. If it's a $75 item, I'll send like a $60 offer. If it's a $100 item, I'll send like a $75 to $85 offer. So like I keep it in like a percentage basically of what I would send the offer to based upon what the actual listing price is. But there are so many different factors. Like I said, you got to factor in how long you've had an item for, because for me, it's like, damn, man, I ain't got no love on this item, and this person just gonna throw me $60, man. I mean, I got it it's listed for 100. They're offering me 60. I paid 10. I mean, it's been here for like 6 months. I'm taking that offer all day, So, but I've also gotten, you got to know that there's people out here just like how you go to a yard sale, you see something for $10, would you do 5? You know what I'm saying? Is that these people trying to do the same thing with their buying. So that's how I kind of look at it. And then obviously like it differs too depending upon the platform. So like we all know Poshmark offers ain't like eBay offers. That's just call a spade, because you're gonna get some lowball offers on Poshmark. And then sometimes you're gonna get these offers where I'll go back and forth. Don't get offended. It's easy to get offended by some offers sometimes. So like if somebody sends me an offer for like, there's a line obviously. Like I got a $50 hat and somebody sent me an offer on Depop and they just sent me a message that just said 15, and I almost want to just be like go back and forth with like numbers just like to like mess with them, but I'm not. It's just like you have to counter offer. Counter offer is your friend, and then especially if they're like really low and then they go like $5 higher, but they're still really low. Send them the same offer. Eventually, they realize that you're not going to budge on that number, and they're either going to move on or they're going to buy it at that number. So don't be afraid to counter offer. That's super important also.
Yeah, I mean, these guys all know, and multiple people have told me, they're like, Kevin actually told his uncle when we were at Uncle Mark's, he's like, I'll just tell you, Eric's cheap, man. He's gonna get cheap. I did pay up a little bit there for sure, because there's one of those things. But for me, I mean, obviously when you're buying items, you kind of know. I do buy in bulk quite a bit myself. So I always call it hedging my bets. So I'm buying 5 items for what I would have bought 1 item for. So it gives you a little bit more cushion as far as selling. Offers, I used to not be our best offer guy. I used to not put it up there. And then I realized that it's another metric that eBay is looking at. It kind of gives you a little extra push when you have our best offer. People are going to, when I'm shopping on eBay, I look at our best offer because I've already told you I'm cheap. I'm going to try to send an offer and get a little cheaper than what someone has it listed. So if you put basically mentally your lowest price you're going to accept. And how many times, oftentimes we are on our Tuesday listing show that you can check out every Tuesday, 9:30. But we're on our Tuesday listing show, and somebody will get an offer, and we always ask the question, should I take this or not? And then generally the chat, more times than not, if it's reasonable, they're like, take it. It's a sale, man. It's been sitting in your store. And sometimes taking an offer is going to give you a little jump start, right? Like it might start the day and you sell something else behind it. Like it just gives you a little sale, a little action going on. So for me, I've recently started doing our best offer, and you do get ridiculous ones. And even if you don't have our best offer up, people are going to send you messages and they're going to say, would you take this? To which, like, I was sitting there thinking math in my head when he said 15. I would have been like, reply, 15 $5 bills? Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Like there's things that people are going to send you at, and like sometimes it is like ridiculous. Like I actually had a $150 hat. Somebody sent me $20. I was like, for what? The shipping? Is that what you're looking to pay for? Like, it's one of those things, but same thing at yard sales. I've done that. And I've said, hey, don't get offended, but if you're asking me for a price, I'm going to tell you what I want to pay. Like, it may not be what I'll actually pay, but it's what I want to pay. So price your items accordingly. If you're going to do our best offer, it is probably better to price it up a little bit so you've got more cushion. If you're going to send offers, I mean, for me, depending on whether I'm on my phone or on the computer, usually once a day I'm on my computer. If I'm on my computer, I'll just send a percentage off, like maybe 5 to 10%, send it out. If I'm having a bad sales day, you may get a little better offer. You may get a 15, you may get a 20. Like if I'm trying to get something moving, we may just put it out. But what I always do is look down that list. You can go in and click, items available for offer, and kind of look down that list. Is there anything I'm willing to not let go for 20% off? Then I might send a separate offer on that. If I'm on my phone multiple times throughout the day, I'm checking, somebody looking? Because there's no better time to make an offer when someone's on there. They put it in. So the faster you can send them an offer. I know for me, if I'm shopping and the guy comes back and says, kind of like I picture it, me being at a yard sale, right? You ever pick up an item at a yard sale, you hold it up. How much for this? They give you some stupid price, you set it back down, and you got to walk away. Because like sometimes if it's a stupid price, I won't even say, would you take this? I just set it down and get to walk away. And then occasionally they'll say, would you do it for, and now we're getting somewhere, that kind of thing. So I kind of think with the best offer, if somebody watches your item and all of a sudden they get a little notification that says this guy's willing to give 10% off this item. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me get on that. So that's something to do. Pricing your items for offers is, for me, the short answer to all that rant is price it a little higher so you've got room for an offer. And then I also set the bottom on them myself. Like that's just personally. Like if I do our best offer, I'll go down to the ridiculous pricing and remove all that so I don't get the notification for it. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. That's just me.